So we've, including with Deanna last week, we've had several of these tension tamers that have focused on breathing. I'm definitely a fan. You know, I think good breathing is important. I think I said last week, I remember the moment when I finally let go of my stomach, you know, the holding in, good morning, Mark, finally let go of my stomach in order to, you know, be able to breathe better. So we've talked about breathing. We've done several breathing exercises, but today I thought we might introduce something just a little bit different. I'm also a big fan of visualization as a way to get yourself into a meditative state. Has anybody done that before? Use some kind of visualization? Yeah, okay. So, so here's part of the reason why I think it could be useful now. I think it's always useful, but for me, you know, I saw something the other day that was a little clip from the Chicago Botanic Garden. And it just warmed my heart. And, you know, this can go one of two ways. It can either feel really good, like, yay, I get to see my favorite place, or, oh, I don't get to go to my favorite place. So if you start to feel sad with it, that's obviously not the direction we're going. But we all have this capacity to use visualization. And the truth of the matter is the stress centers of our brain, the emotional centers of our brain, don't care if it's real or imagined. It's really impactful for the stress centers, for the emotional centers of your brain to visit places, to do activities virtually, in your mind, in your imagination. It really doesn't make any difference. Well, you know, I mean, obviously being there is better, but you can still get benefit from just the visualization portion. So since we can't really get to these places right now, and Faye's got a beautiful, good morning, Faye, a beautiful place we can visit as inspiration on the screen. We're going to try to use our imaginations to visit them. So do a quick scan of your body, if that's a safe place for you to be. And just notice on the front end, we're just taking some data. What do you notice now? Is there tightness anywhere? Anything feel a little uncomfortable? Can you adjust a bit to be a little more comfortable? Just do a little quick body scan, head down to your toes, and just see what you notice. So visualization really started to gain some popularity in the 1980s. The Russian Olympic team used it as a way to enhance performance and found that it really works. So there's a couple of types of visualization that we can do. One that we're really in charge of, like where we're imagining a thing that will happen, and we sort of walk ourselves through that. What will it be like when I do this activity? What will it be like as I meet my day? What will it be like as I meet this new person? What, you know, as best as we can. Or if there's some event that we have to engage in that we're nervous about, that mental preparation has really been demonstrated to produce great results. So Michael Phelps, anybody who knows Michael Phelps, when he's in training, he spends a number of hours a day in the pool, and he spends 2 hours a day doing visualization of what the race will look like, what the event will look like. And so there's some thinking that perhaps that's one of the reasons he's such a successful Olympian, is that he puts in the mental preparation and the visualization. So there have been some studies that have been done, and anybody who knows me knows I like that data. One study showed that people who go to the gym, for example, will increase their strength by about 30% on average with regular attendance. People who just imagine going to the gym increase their strength by 13.5%. Just using your imagination. So right now, as we're struggling to not be able to go to some of the places that we can go, typically, what we're seeing is, wow, what an opportunity. If you can take yourself on a little trip, if you can use your visualization and imagination and take yourself somewhere, I'll tell you, if I can get 13.5% increase in my strength by just imagining lifting some weights, which is my preferred way to lift weights, imagine what can happen as you are experiencing in your mind's eye going to your favorite places. So that's what we're going to focus on today. So there's a lot of benefits from this, and we can talk about those later if you'd like, but why don't we jump in and see what this is like. So get yourself comfortable, and even though we're not focusing on breathing today, it's still really helpful. So you can do the ping pong breath that Deanna described last time, where you're just trying to imagine the ping pong ball moving as you get comfortable. Imagine it moving up as you inhale, moving down as you exhale, or perhaps it's a balloon that you're trying to expand in your belly, that as you breathe in, you're expanding it. As you breathe out, it's deflating. And if you can imagine really squeezing all the air out of that deflated balloon, that really cues your nervous system that you're safe, that you're fine. So take in another deep breath. And as you breathe out, really contract those stomach muscles if you can, get all the air out, letting your nervous system know here and now, all is well. So we'll do two different types of visualization today because I want you to have the opportunity to see which one works best for you. So the first one will be one where you are going to follow along with me in your mind's eye. And we're going to a beautiful garden. And maybe we've parked and we're walking along, chatting, noticing all of the trees where the leaves are coming on. And in the distance, you can start to see the spray of colors. Can't quite tell what's what yet. Off to the right, you see something yellow. Off to the left are some purples. Straight ahead are some reds. And as we walk closer, all of those flowers, all of the trees, all of the bushes are starting to take shape. And right in front of us, we're going to notice a path. We're going to pause for a moment and take a look around slowly. And just see all that you can see. The shapes, the colors, and what do you begin to hear? And maybe take a nice breath in and see what are the aromas from all of these beautiful plants and shrubs and flowers and trees. What aromas are available? And as we start walking, we're going to keep noticing. What do we see? What do we hear? Are there birds chirping? There's a little waterfall off in the distance that this path will lead us to. And we can hear that too. Hear the sound of the water flowing over the rocks, dripping off the side. Just breathe all of that in. And as we're walking, see if the colors can get just a little bit brighter, just a little bit stronger. And now that we're in the garden, as we're strolling on the path, we're now surrounded by the sounds. They're in front of us, to the sides, behind us. And what all do you smell? Because now we're in the middle of it all, taking it all in. What do you taste? What is it like to have that aroma and all this experience on your palate? We're going to keep walking through, and I'm going to give you a moment just to keep walking. We're going to walk in silence just before we arrive at the waterfall, which we can see, and as we're walking, it's getting a bit closer. Let's just keep walking. And as we round the bend, the final curve that will take us to the waterfall, all of the trees and the flowers and the plants and the bushes and the birds, all of that is surrounding us. And when you get there, there's someone who you might be seeing sitting at home right now, but they're standing there at this waterfall with a big smile, so happy to see you. So let's take all of that in, take a couple of more breaths here. Maybe slowly turn all the way around in a circle to take this in before we start walking back. My dog is there with us. And now we'll start moving back down the path. And we're moving a little more quickly. but there's no rush. We're just going to make our way back, leaving the waterfall behind us, and we can still hear it. We can see the river running along the side as we make our way back, following the path, and find a spot that really captures the greatest beauty here for you. And take a photo in your mind's eye or a short video. What do you want to remember most from being in this place today? And after you've taken your photo or your short video, we'll continue on walking and touching some of the leaves on our way out. And this is actually the kind of place where you can pluck one if you'd like. I might rub the little lamb's ear because it's fuzzy and soft. And as we get back to the head of this path, maybe turn around one more time to remind yourself of the beauty and the aromas, and knowing that you can come back here anytime. This is here for you because it's in your mind's eye. So we're going to transition here to another exercise. So as you feel ready, why don't you move around a little bit, open your eyes, take some breaths, seeing if there's still a little bit of a lingering aroma, a little feel from something you touched. So the next piece that we're going to do, you're going to lead for yourself. This is a different type of visualization. This visualization is you thinking of a place where you want to be. Where do you wish you could go? Where is a wonderful place that you have either visited a lot in movies or in books or online in photos, or better yet, if you've actually been there and you have this experience in your mind's eye and you would love to go there right now, but we can't. So wouldn't it be nice to travel there in our mind's eye? So why don't you take a moment and think about where that might be? Eileen's got one up. Looks like a vineyard, I think. Napa, perhaps. I know some of you and some of the places you might be choosing. So think about where you'd like to go. And when you're ready, take a few breaths. Oh, that's Tuscany in Italy for Eileen, in case anyone's interested. So take a few breaths here. Get yourself comfortable again, adjust in any way you might want to. And when you're ready, close your eyes or keep them open, however you prefer to do this. And allow your place that brings you peace or joy or comfort or happiness or pleasure of any kind. Let it start to materialize in front of you. Maybe it'll pop in quickly, or maybe it'll take a moment for it to construct. And you might be sitting somewhere, or you might be walking or standing. And start to engage all of your senses. What do you see? And what are the sounds that go with this place? What is the emotional feeling you have? And where do you feel that in your body? Is it warm? Is it cool? Is there a breeze? Is the sun bathing down on you? What do you notice? What does your skin feel? And what do you hear? What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? Maybe you're somewhere where you're able to eat something or drink something. And if that's the case, what do you taste? Let yourself just enjoy this place using all of your senses. And I'm going to step back and just let you take a moment and just be here. So take a couple of good breaths in this place. Take a little time to notice, what do you want to take with you? Do you want to take an image, a video, a picture? Is there a smell that you hope you'll remember, an aroma? Is there a taste that you want to make sure you remember? Is there some feeling on your skin or in your body that you want to keep with you? And what do you hear? Any auditory input that you want to make sure you keep? And turn around again as you're ready to leave this place. Take a look at it. See what you see. Knowing you can go back here anytime. It's always available for you. And when you feel ready, start to come back to the room that you're in, feeling the temperature there. When you feel ready, let in the sounds that are around you. Take in the sights of what you can see. And just let yourself get comfortable back in the present moment. Getting ready for the next part of your day.